2010 was a near-perfect season for the Allen County Scottsville football team. The Patriots advanced all the way to the Class 4A state championship game without a single loss before coming up just a bit short against Boyle County.
It was easily the Patriots' most successful season in school history, but now the attention turns to 2011. The Pats lost a lot of seniors from their state final team, but they have every intention of competing at a high level once again this season. And joining us on the Sports Connection is a staple of the show, Patriot head coach Brad Hood. Coach,
what's up, guys?
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
A staple.
Staple.
Great.
I think it means I'm coming after your job. I think that's what it means.
You want it. Good to see you, though.
Good to be here.
How's it going?
It's going good. Going good. It's hot. But, besides that, it's going well. We're having a good time, getting after it a little bit, and enjoying this time of year, ready for football games.
Had an opportunity to see you guys at the Border War. It looked like you were having a blast. But the funniest moment was you guys are playing Lebanon, Tennessee. You get a touchdown. Their defensive coach, I don't think it was the head coach, right?
No, it wasn't the head coach.
Okay. He gets all in a tizzy and wants you, he's yelling at you. And you're like across the field, and you basically say, what do you want? What do you want me to do? He says, redo it. So you redo the exact same play. You score another touchdown. Does it get any better than that?
It's a lot of fun. And, in situations like that, you really don't have referees. And for the most of the time, everybody just lets everything go. And this guy got his panties in a wad, and he starts screaming. That's about the third time he showed himself. And I finally was just like, seriously, really, what are you going to cry about? And so he was like, and they actually took it down away from us. And so I just looked at him. I said, fine, we're getting ready to score again. And got back in the huddle and told the kids that we'd either score or we'd walk home. And, the quarterback threw a great ball and the running back went up and got it. And it just kind of made it a sweet moment because it's just one of them times where and you show confidence in your kids. And that's what we did. We were like, fine, whatever. If you're going to complain about it, we're going to run it again, try to stop us this time. And the kids just come through with it, and they had a good time with it.
And you handled it with class.
It was fun.
I mean, you didn't throw it in the guy's face.
I did. And I just walked off the field and, and kind of high-fived one of the quarterback and the receiver. But, it's one of them moments that it makes it enjoyable, and that's part of it. It's the competition of it. And to see, me kind of getting a little mouth and match, and then to see the kids back it up, that's a lot of fun. A lot of feel good right there.
Makes you feel good about great football season.
We throw an interception right there, then I probably crawl off the field. But and it's that time, and it gets that. Passing leagues are a lot of fun for a few things. One, we threw more Saturday than we'll throw all year long. And we've got that out of our system. Now the kids know it's time to get back to running the option. But, and two, it gets that competition bone going and gets them competing a little bit early. Not against the same players every single day and new faces and the way they do it at Greenwood. You get to play 7 games in one day, and it shows a lot of new different styles and things like that, and a lot of different kind of talent levels, and it's a lot of fun.
What about the Hogs, the Hog Brawl? What about your offensive line, the linemen? They got after it. Weren't the biggest guys there?
Right.
But, man, they did great.
They did well, and, was really excited. I think 2 of them had ever competed in that kind of event before because we lost so many senior linemen last year, and the way they got after it, they won the tug-of-war, and I think they went 5 straight after getting in the loser's bracket and won the tug-of-war and come in first. It's the highest we've ever finished in it, and was just really, really tickled with their effort and the way the coaches coached them up and then the way the kids responded to it.
I want to take you back just a little bit to last year's state championship game. I mean, you can brag about it. I mean, come on, you made the state championship. It's your only loss of the season. But no.
Don't ask me anything about film. I've only watched it once. So,
you guys had the most competitive game at the state championship.
By far.
You only lost by a touchdown. You were in the game the entire way. But now, obviously, the expectations are higher than they've ever been going into this season because of what you did last year. How do you, battle that challenge of the expectations? But again, you guys lost a lot of players from that team.
A lot of people are looking at it differently. Some people realize what we lost and kind of say there's no way. Then some realize over what we've done in the last couple of years, and then getting to that goal, then everybody's expecting us to get there. So we just we're handling it the way we've handled football practice and expectations from day one, and that's we're going to come out, we're going to work hard. We're going to work hard every day, and when we play on Friday night, we only we only accept losing to teams that's better than us, and we're going to play as hard as we can play when we walk across that field. We're going to coach as hard as we can coach when we walk on that field, and everything else will take care of itself. Last year's team showed that was true, and we're going to do the same thing this year. We're going to go at it with all we got.
Now, you lose 18 seniors, but you have 19 coming back now, so it's not like the cupboard is empty.
Right. We had 81 kids last year, and the 18 we lost was, a very talented 18, but the kids we got coming back have been working hard, and I've had a blast so far. The talent level might not be what it was. The size of our kids might not be what it was, and we're going to change a little bit, but as far as coaching so far this year, we're having a blast. Our kids are working extremely hard, and you got to understand this senior class was the freshman class that first year we kind of broke in, and they've only lost 5 high school football games in the last 3 years, so their expectation is still very, very high, and they're working to meet them expectations, and they're taking a lot of pride in the program that's there, and they want to make sure the tradition keeps going with them.
2 questions. One, when you're standing on the field right now with this team this year, and you've been through it enough preseason practices and all that, do you kind of get an early sense that this team they got what it takes?
I feel good about them. The effort they're giving right now has been unbelievable. Anything we're asking them to do, they're doing. The seniors that are taking over, with what few, we've only got 5 returning starters. So, a lot of guys are being brought up, even some of the seniors who's been around, but JV's been their big ball. But they've really taken over, and they're really leading by example. And the young kids are following, and just the way they're working is just unbelievable, and the way the coaches are working right now is just unbelievable. I think we're going to be all right. A lot of people, how can you bounce back from losing the big linemen and the running backs and the quarterback? We've got some surprises up our sleeve, and we've got a few kids. One you'll meet here later with Seth Pay that aren't used to losing, and they're going to do anything they can in their power to make sure it doesn't start with them.
Now we get a first look. I'm sorry, Jeff. We get a first look August 20th.
Just cut you off right there.
Well, we've got your schedule.
Right.
Okay.
And if we can pop that up, it's an impressive schedule.
Right.
I mean, you start right off the bat in the Rafferty's Bowl with Bowling Green. The very next week, you're at Boyle County in a rematch of the state championship. Glasgow should be good again. On the second half side, you also got Hoptown there in the 5th week as well. On the flip side of that, you really get into the heart of your district schedule, and then you close against Monroe County, who's been very strong the last few years too. You've got a challenge ahead of you for sure, and you gave yourself an opportunity to really impress.
Learn something this year that Kevin Wallace and Bowling Green's been going through for years. You have a little success, and the teams around, it's sometimes harder to find them games, and so we had to beef it up a little bit. Some by choice, some by we needed a game, and but we're looking forward to it. We definitely feel like we've got to schedule the first half that's definitely going to get us ready for district, and if we could get through it and play hard and keep our attitudes up, what we're shooting for is them 4 district games toward the end, and we hope to get better each week up until then and keep on rolling right then, and hopefully find ourselves sitting in a good situation come playoffs. But looking forward to the challenge, looking forward to playing at back-to-back games. Our last game was at Houchin Stadium. Our first game this year is going to be at Houchin Stadium, and looking forward to that atmosphere with Bowling Green on the other sideline, and then going to Boyle County in a bowl game next Saturday night. Just a lot of different things that our kids haven't been a part of. They're going to get to experience this year, and we're proud for that.
Coach, fun as always.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Great seeing you.
Time for a quick break, but stick around. You're watching the Sports Connection on WBKO.